Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna. Dear devotees, thank you very much for your kind association. Please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले सोहम रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे. हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे. हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. श्री गोवर्धन वास प्रार्थना दशकम by Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. निजपति भुजदण्ड छत्रभावं प्रपद्य प्रतिहतमददृष्टो दण्डदेवेन्द्रगर्व अतुलपृथुलशैल श्रेणिभूप प्रियं मे निजनिकटनिवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम्. O Shri Govardhan, you became like an umbrella on the handle of your Lord's arm, thus obliterating the pride of Devraj Indra, who had become impudent, intoxicated by his own majesty. You are without comparison, the great king of mountains. O Govardhan, please give me residence by your side. प्रमद मदन लीला कंदरे कंदरे ते रचयति नवयोनोर्द्वन्द्वमस्मिन् मंदम् इति किल कलनार्थं लग्नकस्तद्वयोर्मे निजनिकटनिवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम्. The youthful divine couple perform delightful amorous pastimes within each and every one of your caves. Thus, since you facilitate the witnessing of their Leelas, O Govardhan, please give me residence by your side. अनुपम मणिवेदी रत्नसिंहासनोर्वीरुहजरधर सानो द्रोणि संगेषु रंगैः सह बल सखिभिः संखेलयन् स्वप्रिय मे निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम्. Upon your incomparable gem-studded platforms and jeweled thrones, in your broad open spaces, in the shade of your trees, by your waterfalls and streams, upon your crests and in your valleys, your dear Shri Krishna, accompanied by Balaram and all the Sakhas, enjoys playful sports. O Govardhan, please give me residence by your side. रसनिधि नवयोनो साक्षिणीं दानकेलेर्द्युतिपरिमलविद्धां श्यामवेदीं प्रकाश्य रसिकवरकुलानां मोदमास्फालयन् मे निजनिकटनिवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम्. Upon witnessing the Dankeli Lila, playful tax pastime of the youthful couple Shri Shri Radha Shyam Sundar, who are a treasure house of Rasanidhi, you manifested a fragrant, lustrous, black raised platform in order to facilitate that sweet Leela. Thus, you increase the joy of exalted Rasik devotees. O Govardhan, please give me residence by your side. Haridayitamapurvam Radhika Kundamatma Priyasakamiha Kanthe Narmanalingya Guptaha Navayuva Yuga Khelas Tatra Pasyan Raho Me निज निकट निवासम देहि गोवर्धनत्वम्. Unprecedented Radha Kund is most dear to Sri Hari and is also your dear friend. Playfully embracing Radha Kund to your neck, you remain hidden there while watching the ever youthful divine couple enjoy sportive pastimes in that secret place. O Shri Govardhan, please give me residence by your side. स्थल जल तल शष्पैर्भूरुहच्छायया च प्रतिपदमनुकालं हन्त संवर्धयन् गाः त्रिजगति निज गोत्रं सार्थकं ख्यापयन् मे निज निकट निवासम देहि गोवर्धनत्वम्. With your fields, ponds, roots, grass, and the shade of your trees, O Govardhan, you nourish the cows at every moment. In this way, you make your name Govardhan successful and known throughout the three worlds. O Shri Giriraj Govardhan, please give me residence by your side. Surapati Krita Dirgha Drohato Goshta Raksham Tava Navagriha Rupa Syantare Kurvata Eva अघबगरि पुणोच्चर दत्तमान द्रुतम में निज निकट निवासम देहि गोवर्धनत्वम. Shri Krishna, the enemy of Aghasur and the enemy of Bakasur, showed you great honor, turning you into a new home, Navagriha, by holding you aloft, thus protecting the Brajvasis from the deep hostility of Indra. Surapati Krita Dirga Droha. Dirga, 7 days he did Droha, Indra, but he protected. Raksham. Without delay, O Govardhan, Drutam में निज निकट निवासम देहि. O Govardhan, without delay, please give me residence by your side. गिरिन्द्रप हरिदास श्रेणी वर्येति नामा मृतमिदमुदितं श्रीराधिका वक्त्रचन्द्रात् व्रजनवतिलकत्वे क्लिप्तवेदय स्फुटं मे निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम्. O Giriraj Govardhan, your sweet title Haridasa Varya, best of the servants of Sri Hari, this title Haridasa Varya issued forth from the moon-like face Chandravaktra of Srimati Radharani. The Vedas have clearly determined you to be the fresh tilak of Vraj. The earth's face is Vraj, and the tilak on that face is Shri Giriraj. This is the, I have heard this from His Holiness Srila Radha Govinda Das Goswami Maharaj. O Govardhan, please give me residence by your side. निज जन युत राधा कृष्ण मैत्री रसाक्त व्रजनर पशु पक्षी व्रात सौख्यैक दातः अगणित करुणत्वान् मामुरीकृत्य तान्तं निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम्. You are absorbed in the mellow of friendship with Sri Sri Radha Krishna and their intimate associates. It is you alone who bestow happiness upon the men, women, animals, and birds of Raj. Out of your unbounded kindness, accept me, who am full of distress. O Shri Giriraj Govardhan, please give me residence by your side. This is a very divine quality of Shri Govardhan. Vraja Nara Pashu Pakshi Vrata Saukhaika Data. Shri Govardhan is Saukhaika Data. He alone is the bestower of happiness to all the Brijvasis. Our mood should be to give happiness to the Brijvasis, to the advanced devotees, the most advanced devotees of Radha and Krishna. Nija Jana Yuta Radha Krishna. Radha Krishna's Nija Jana. Maitri Rasakta. Govardhan is Rasakta. He is completely absorbed in the rasa of Maitri, friendship. Sakhyam Atmanivedanam. निरुपधिकरुणेन श्रीशचिनन्दनेन त्वयि कपटिशतोऽपि त्वत्प्रियेणार्पितोऽस्मि इति खलु मम योग्या योग्यतां तामगृणन् निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम्. The causelessly merciful Shri Shachinandan, who is most dear to you. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is most dear to Shri Giriraj. And that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, out of his causeless mercy, Nirupadi Karunena, Sri Shachinandan Gaurhari, Tvat Priyana Arpitosmi. Your dear Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has offered me to you. Tvat Priyana Your dear Sri Gaurari has arpitosmi, has offered me to you. Therefore, I have come. Hari bol. Therefore, although I am deceitful and wicked, kapati, do not consider my qualification or disqualification. Yogya, ayogya, don't consider. Just accept me. Oh Govardhan, please give me residence by your side. Mahaprabhu has offered me to you. Please don't reject. Hari bol. रसदशकमस्य श्रीलगोवर्धनस्य क्षितिधरकुलभर्तुर्यः प्रयत्नादधीते ससपदि सुखदेस्मिन् वासमासाद्य साक्षात् शुभदयुगलसेवा रत्नमाप्नोति तूर्णम् निजनिकटनिवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वं निजनिकटनिवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम्. One who, with careful attention, recites these 10 verses about Govardhan. Who is Govardhan? Kshitidhara Kula Bhartur. He is the lord of the dynasty of all mountains, Giriraj, which bestows ras. This Sri Govardhan Vas Prarthana Dashakam, it is rasada. It bestows ras. So the devotee who with careful intent recites these 10 verses about Sri Govardhan will at once attain Turnam, will at once attain joyful residence by the side of Sri Govardhan. Vasam Asadya. And the auspicious jewel, Shubha Ratnam, Shubha Ratnam, the auspicious jewel of Sakshad Yugala Seva, direct service to the divine couple, Shri Radha Shyam Sundar. This will be obtained. This will be attained by reciting this Shri Govardhan Vas Prarthana Dashakam. Hare Krishna. Shri Raghunath Das Goswami, our Prayojanacharya, is giving this Phalashruti. So let's recite it one more time from our heart. Shri Govardhan Vas Prarthana Dashakam by Shri Raghunath Das Goswami. निजपति भुजदण्ड छत्रभावं प्रपद्य प्रतिहतमददृष्टो दण्ड देवेन्द्र गर्व अतुल पृथुल शैल श्रेणीभूप प्रियं मे निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वं प्रमद मदन लीला कंदरे कंदरे ते रचयति नवयोनुर्द्वन्द्वमस्मिन् मन्दम् इति किल कलनार्थं लग्नकस्तद्वयोर्मे निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम् अनुपम मणिवेदी रत्नसिंहासनोर्वीरुहजरधर सानु द्रोणि संघेषु रंगैः सह बल सखिभिः संखेलयन् स्वप्रियं मे निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम् रसनिधि नवयोनु साक्षिणीं दानकेलेर्द्युति परिमल विद्धां श्यामवेदीं प्रकाश्य रसिकवर कुलानां मोदमास्फालयन् मे निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम् हरिदयितमपूर्वं राधिका कुण्डमात्मा प्रियसखमिह कण्ठे नर्मनालिङ्ग्य गुप्तः नवयुवयुगखेलास्तत्र पश्यन् रहो मे निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वं स्थलजलतलशष्पैर्भूरुहच्छायया च प्रतिपदमनुकालं हन्त संवर्धयन् गाः त्रिजगति निजगोत्रं सार्थकं ख्यापयन् मे निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वं सुरपतिकृत दीर्घ द्रोहतो गोष्ठरक्षां तव नवगृह रूपस्यान्तरे कुर्वतैव अगमकरिपुणोच्चैर्दत्तमानद्रुतं मे निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वं गिरिनृपहरिदास श्रेणिवर्येति नामामृतमिदमुदितं श्रीराधिका वक्त्रचन्द्रात् व्रजनवतिलकत्वे क्लिप्तवेदय स्फुटं मे निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वं निज जनयुत राधा कृष्ण मैत्री रसाक्त व्रजनर पशु पक्षी व्रात सौख्यैकदातः अगणित करुणत्वान् मामुरीकृत्य तान्तं निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वं निरुपधि करुणेन श्रीशचिनन्दनेन त्वयि कपटिशतोऽपि त्वत्प्रियेणार्पितोऽस्मि इति खलु मम योग्या योग्यतां तामगृणन् निजनिकटनिवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वं रसदशकमस्य श्रीलगोवर्धनस्य क्षितिधरकुलभर्तुर्यः प्रयत्नात् अधीते ससपदि सुखदेऽस्मिन् वासमासाद्य साक्षात् शुभदयुगलसेवा रत्नमाप्नोति तूर्णम् निजनिकटनिवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वं निजनिकटनिवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम् जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद रीडिंग फ्रॉम श्री चैतन्य चरितमृत बाय श्रील कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी महाराज श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु is describing the tattva, the truths about jiva, the spirit soul, all of us. Text 141. This is, I think, the 19th chapter of the Madhya Lila of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Balagra Shatabhagasya Shatadha Kalpitasya cha Bhago Jiva Savitneya iti chaha Parashrutihi. If we divide the tip of a hair into 100 parts, again, similar verse, and then take one part and divide this into another 100 parts, that 10,000th part of the tip of a hair is the dimension of the jiva. Vidneya, you try to understand it like that. This is the verdict of the chief Vedic mantras. Purport. The first three padas of this verse from the Panchadashi Chitradeep, text 81, are taken from the Sri Shvetashvatara Upanishad 5.9. Text 142. Sukshmanam apyaham jivaha. Lord Krishna says, among minute particles, I am the living entity. Sukshmanam means among the fine, subtle things. Sukshma means subtle, fine. Aham jiva, I am the living entity. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The living entity is one with and different from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Gaur Sundar Charan, what is this called? The living entity is one with the Supreme Personality of Godhead and different from the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Prabhuji, this is our philosophy, Achintya Bheda Abheda Tattva.
Bol. Jai. Please read, Prabhu. Continue reading the purport. From your lotus mouth, it tastes even sweeter. Hari Bol.
The living entity is one with and different from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As Spirit Soul, the living entity is one in quality with the Supreme Lord. However, the Supreme Lord is bigger than the biggest, and the living entity is the smallest of the small. This quotation is the third pada of a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, 16th chapter, text 11.
So these shlokas, these verses, typically have 4 lines. Each line is called pada. Text 143. I'm trying to see what the meter is. Aparimita dhruvas tanubhrito yadi sarvagatas. Aparimita dhruvas. Aparimita dhruvas tanu bhrito yadi sarvagatas tarhina. Is this the Vedas personified prayer? Yes. Yeah, this is the meter that I cannot sing. We'll just do it like our when we don't know how to uh, chant a shlok properly in the actual the way the meter is sung. Then one way is to do it like the melody of the Shri Shikshashtakam. Generally, for all the verses, you can use it. How we do? Chetodarpanamarjanam bhavamahadavagni nirvapanam. Like that. परिमिता ध्रुवास्तनोभृतो यदि सर्वगतास्तर्हि न शास्यतेति नियमो ध्रुवनेतरथा अजनिचयन्मयं तदविमुच्य नियन्त्र भवेत् समम् अनुजानतां यद् अमतं मतदुष्टतया. This is not the proper way, but this is for Agyani people like me who don't know Sanskrit. Translation. The personified Vedas are praying in chapter 87 of the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, text 30. Shruti Gana, they are offering these prayers to Sri Krishna. O Lord Sri Krishna, although the living entities who have accepted material bodies are spiritual, we are in a material body, Dehi. We have a Deha, material body, but the Dehi who lives in the material body is Ajo Nityo Shashvato Yam Purano. Nahanyate Hanyamanesha is a spiritual living entity and are unlimited in number. The jivas are unlimited. If they were all pervading, there would be no question of their being under your control. That Sarva Vyapi is only Vishnu. If they are accepted, however, as particles of the eternally existing spiritual entity, that is which is the correct understanding, as part of Imamaya Amsha Jiva Loka Jiva Sanatana, who are the Brihad Chid Vastu, and the spirit soul is Chid Karna, Anu Chid Karna. So, if the jivas are accepted as particles of the eternally existing spiritual entity, which means as part of you, who are the supreme whole, Om Purnamada Purnamidam, we must conclude that they are always under your control. Hare Krishna. Krishna is Shaktiman, and we are a particle of Krishna's Tatastha Shakti. जीवेरा स्वरूप है कृष्णेर नित्यदास कृष्णेरा तटस्था शक्ति भेदाभेद प्रकाश. Bhedabhed Prakash is what Sri Gaur Sundar Charan Prabhu said, simultaneously one and different. Bhed, Abhed. Bhed means there is a difference. Abhed means there is no difference. And Krishnera Tatastha Shakti. We are Krishnera Tatastha Shakti. We are manifestations of Krishna's marginal energy, which means we belong to Krishna. Therefore, serving Krishna is our Jaiva Dharma. Jiva Swarup hai Krishna Nityadas. Hari Bol. So we are always under the control of Krishna because we are Krishnera, Tatastha Shakti. If the living entities are simply satisfied with being identical with you as spiritual particles, then they will be happy being controllers of so many things. The conclusion is that living entities and the Supreme Personality of Godhead are one and the same is a faulty conclusion. It is not a fact. Mata dushtataya. It's a dushit, it's a polluted, wrong conception that there is absolutely no difference between the Jeev and Jagadish. That is wrong. When we say that there is no difference between Atma and Paramatma, we are overemphasizing the Abhed Tattva. But it is Bhed Abhed Tattva. The balance is required. And then if we say that we are just completely distinct, everything is finished, we are not spiritual entities, then that is also complete ignorance of spiritual knowledge. And to say that we have no connection with Krishna, Krishna is, Ishwar is there, and then we are just insignificant, fallen this, then that is overemphasizing the Bhed Tattva. But the correct philosophy, as propounded by Sri Chaitanya Dev, is Bheda Bhed Tattva. How something can be same and different? It is a chintya. We cannot understand. We cannot understand with our material knowledge and experience. 144. तार मध्ये स्थावर जंगम दुई भेद जंगमे तिर्यक जल स्थलचर विभेद. Now that we have understood the tattva, see how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is systematically progressing. Mahaprabhu Sri Chaitanya Dev is first describing what is the nature of the jiva. Who is Jeev? What is Jeev? What is the nature of the Jeev? Jeev Tattva. Now, what are the different material bodies of the Jeev that the Dehi has taken? The unlimited living entities are divided into two divisions, those that move and those that cannot move. Sthavar Jangam. Sthavar means they don't move, Jangam means they are mobile. Among living entities that move, among the Jangam, there are birds, aquatics, and animals. Tiryak are those that can fly in the sky. Jala, living entities that are aquatics. And Sthalachara means those who move on sthal, on the land, terrestrial animals. Aerial, aquatics, terrestrials. Among the Jangam. Purport. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving clear instructions on how the living entities live under different conditions. There are trees, plants, and stones that cannot move, but still they must be considered living entities and spiritual sparks. The soul is present in bodies like those of trees, plants, and stones. Can you give some scriptural example of how a person can become a stone? Yes, Ananya?
Ahalya Devi in the Shastra had become a stone but had life in her.
Yes. Ahalya, the wife of Sri Gautam Rishi, was cursed to become a stone, and then she was delivered by Sri Ramachandra Bhagwan. So a jiva can live in a stone also. For many centuries, modern man did not believe that trees and plants have life. And then one Indian scientist proved scientifically that trees and plants have life. What was Jagdish Chandra Bose? What was the name? Yeah. Karsno Chandra, what was the name of the scientist?
Yes, Prabhuji, Dr. Jagdish Chandra Bose. That is exactly right.
Dr. Jagdish Chandra Bose. He scientifically proved to the scientific community that plants and trees do have life. They are living entities. Now, modern science, even today, does not believe that stones have life. Therefore, when they see us worshipping Shaligram Bhagwan, who is Sakshat Krishna, Shaligrama Shila into Sakshat Shri Krishna Sevan, they cannot believe. When we worship Govardhan Shila, just now we were reading Shri Govardhan Vas Prarthana Dashakam. Krishna can appear in the form of a stone, Shaligram. Krishna's devotee can appear in the form of a stone, Shri Govardhan. And similarly, some other living entities also who have committed sins, they get bodies to live inside stones. This modern science cannot discern yet, but Shastra says. Soul is present in bodies like those of trees, plants, and stones. They are all living entities. Hare Krishna. Among moving living entities such as birds, aquatics, and animals, the same spiritual spark is there. As stated herein, there are living entities that can fly, swim, and walk. We must also conclude that there are living entities that can move within fire and ether. Just like they live in earth, they live in water, they live in air, there are those that can live in fire and also in the space. Ether means the outer space. Living entities have different material bodies composed of earth, water, fire, air, and ether. The words Taramadhe mean within this universe. The entire material universe is composed of five material elements. It is not true that living entities reside only within this planet and not within others. Such a conclusion is completely contradictory to the Vedas. As stated in Srimad Bhagavad Gita 2.24. Again, this is the tattva of the jiva. Shri Krishna is teaching. Achedyoyam adhayoyam अक्लेद्यो शोष्य एव च नित्य सर्वगत स्थाणुर अचलोयम सनातनः. This is the Jiva Tattva. This is the truth about the soul. The individual soul is achedyo. It is unbreakable. It is insoluble. It cannot be burnt or dried. It is everlasting, nitya. It is present everywhere. Sarvagata. This word we have to remember. The soul is present everywhere. On Mars, Venus, Earth, Mercury, Jupiter, Saturn, everywhere. The jivas are there. Not just on this planet Earth. Sarvagata, present everywhere, unchangeable, immovable, and eternally the same. Sanatan, eternal. The soul has nothing to do with material elements. This is what yesterday we were discussing. है ना? That these dimensions are to give us an idea how sukshma, how subtle the soul is. But material attributes cannot be superimposed on spirit. The soul has nothing to do with material elements. Any material element can be cut to pieces, especially earth. As far as the living entity is concerned, however, he can neither be burnt nor cut to pieces. Earth gives rise to a tree. The tree wood is dried and it can be transformed into fire. Everybody agrees? The soul, achal, it cannot be transformed, it cannot be changed. The soul will remain soul. Not that the soul has now become ether, the soul has become mind, the soul has become earth. No, no, no. The soul is nitya, it is sthanur, it is achal, it is sanatan. It will remain soul, it was soul, and it is soul. The soul will remain soul. There is no vikar, it is nirvikar. That is the tattva of the soul. Spirit does not change. That is what Srila Prabhupada is saying. As far as the living entity is concerned, however, he can be neither burnt nor cut to pieces. It will remain as it is. It can take on different coverings, but inside that, the jiva eternally remains completely chinmay, spiritual. He can therefore live within fire also. For the jiva, there is no problem. If any material body, it doesn't matter. We can conclude that there are also living entities within the sun. Yes, Hanumanji went there to get his vidya from Surya Dev. So there are living entities living within the sun, which is completely fire. Why should living entities be denied this planet or that planet? According to the Vedas, the living entities can live anywhere, sarvagata, and everywhere, on land, in water, air, and in fire. Whatever the condition the living entity is, sthanu, it is unchangeable. There is no vikar, nirvikar. From the statements of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srimad Bhagavad Gita, we are to conclude that living entities exist everywhere throughout the universes, all the material universe, all the Brahmandas. They are distributed as trees, plants, aquatics, birds, human beings, and so on. Broadly divided into two, Sthavar Jangam. Now, 145. तारो मध्ये मनुष्य जाति अति अल्पतर तारो मध्ये म्लेच्छ पुलिंद बौद्ध शबर. Although the living entities known as human beings are very small in quantity, remember only 400,000 human species out of 8.4 million. Hare Krishna. Means 8 million species are other than human species. Only 400,000 are human species, categorized based on their consciousness. And of course, body structure also. Hardware and software both are used to categorize them. Although the living entities known as human beings are very small in number, because most others are the microbes, germs. You take one bowl of yogurt, how many lactobacilli are there? Millions. They are each is a jiva. Each is a jiva. You say we use hand sanitizer in the hospital. It kills millions of germs on contact within 15 seconds. 70% isopropyl alcohol rub. So many jivas. So many jivas in virus body, in bacterial body, they are all jivas. So quantitatively, there are only few billion human beings on this earth planet. But there are more bacteria in one cup of yogurt than all the human beings on this planet Earth put together. Yes, including Indian population, including China population. There are more bacteria in a container of yogurt in the fridge. So human beings are rare or not rare? What do you think? Who is endangered? We are the most endangered species. It is so rare. Durlabham manusham deham. The human life is very, very rare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We have to remember, my life is for Krishna consciousness. I have had so many species. This human species is for Krishna consciousness. Although the living entities known as humans are very small in quantity, that division may be still further subdivided. Now, among human beings who are so rare, most of them are uncultured. तारमध्ये म्लेच्छ, पुलिंद, बौद्ध, शबर. There are mlechas, meat eaters. There are pulindas, uncivilized tribals. There are Bauddhas who are shunyavadi. They are atheists. And there are the shabaras, the hunter class of people. So now human species is so rare, but in human species, majority of them are not interested in Krishna. Manushyana sahasreshu. Kaschid yadati siddhaye. वेदनिष्ठ मध्य अर्धे एक वेद मुखे माने वेद निषिद्ध पाप करे धर्म नाही गणे. Now let us forget about all these atheistic people, shunyavadi people, uncivilized people, meat eating people. Let us exclude them. The remainder of human beings, which is really small compared to the whole gamut of living entities in different species, वेदनिष्ठ मध्ये अर्धेक वेद मुखे माने वेद निषिद्ध पाप करे धर्म नाही गणे. Now, among human beings who are followers of the Vedic principles, they are the ones who are considered to be civilized. But ardheka, almost half of these simply give lip service. Mukhe mane. They give lip service to the Vedas. Yes, yes, yes. Vedas, Vedas, Vedas. Yes, we are Hindu, we are Hindu. We go to Hindu temple. Yes. Lip service. But they are eating meat. They are not having any proper understanding of Bhagavad Gita. They have never taken the effort to study Srimad Bhagavatam. They don't know what is Purushartha. They're lip service. Followers of Vedas, Vedic, Hindu. While committing all kinds of sinful activities. They don't follow the four regulative principles. They work against the Vedic principles. They do what is Ved Nishiddha, forbidden activities. In the Vedas, there are two things. Vidhi, Nished. Ved Nishiddha means things that the Vedas are, our Vedic literature is Nishiddha. It is forbidding us from doing, telling us not to do. What are the things we are not supposed to do? Meat eating, intoxication, illicit sex, gambling. And then there is Vidhi, Shastra Vidhi. Vidhi means you do it. You do it. You take shelter of Guru. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnasya. Vidhi. There is Archana Vidhi. How you have supposed to do. Things that you are supposed to do. That is Vidhi. Vaidhi Bhakti. Chant Hare Krishna, fast on Ekadashi, speak the truth, take bath at least twice a day, eat not more than twice a day. Like these are the Shastra Vidhi, instructions of Shastra. And half of these so-called followers of Vedas, who are not included in the Shunyavadi people, meat-eating people, half of them who profess to be followers of Vedas, they are only giving lip service. Mukhe mane. While committing sinful activities. Like they may gamble, they may take intoxicants. Such people do not care for the regulative principles, meat eating, intoxication, gambling. They don't care. Dharma nahi gane. They don't consider. They do Shastra Nishiddha Acharan. Shastra Viruddha Acharan. Veda Nishiddha Pap Kare. They commit sinful activities. So they are also not good association. Purport. The word Veda means knowledge. Supreme knowledge consists of understanding the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, and our relationship with Sri Krishna, Sambandha Jnana, and then acting according to that relationship. Action in accordance with Vedic principles is called dharma. Dharma means following the orders of the Supreme Personality. Dharma means Bhagavad Pranit. Do what Krishna says. The Vedic principles are the injunctions given by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Dharmam tu sakshat Bhagavad, sixth canto. Aryans are civilized human beings. When Arjun didn't want to follow his Kshatriya Dharma and not participate in the Kurukshetra war, Shri Krishna says, Anarya. He calls Arjun Anarya. How come you are behaving like Anarya? Aryans are civilized human beings who have been following the Vedic principles since time. They follow Varnashram Dharma since time immemorial. No one can trace out the history of Sanatan Dharma. No one can trace out the history of the Vedic principles set forth so that man might understand the Supreme Being. Literature or knowledge that seeks the Supreme Being can be accepted as bona fide religious system. That is Divya Jnana. But there are many different types of religious systems according to the place, the disciples, and the people's capacity to understand. This we have to understand. Yesterday in Bhagavad Gita, we are saying, Yad Nyatva Neha Bhuyanyaj Nyatavam Avashishyate. Why? Because Arjun was fit to receive that Asheshata, complete knowledge. Whereas when other people came, messengers of God, son of God, this and that, the audience were not capable of understanding. So if somebody is kindergarten level, then kindergarten ABCD will be taught. Somebody is fourth grade level, then fourth grade will be taught. But Arjun was already a very, very pure devotee. Bhakto sime sakha cheti. So for him, Asheshata, complete knowledge was given. That is the difference between Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and other world scriptures. It depends. Shastra will be spoken depending on the capacity to understand. Parishit Maharaj, hearing from Shukdev Goswami, both high class. Vakta Shrota, very, very high class pure devotees. The highest type of religious system is described in Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.6. Very classic verse. Sutta Goswami, Shri Sutta Goswami begins with this, answering the question. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktir adhokshaja. What is the highest dharma? The highest form of religion is that by which one becomes fully conscious of the existence of God, including his form, name, qualities, pastimes, abode, and all pervasive features. Systematic knowledge of Krishna. Adhokshaja, Krishna. When everything is completely known, that is the perfection of Vedic knowledge. The fulfillment of Vedic knowledge is systematic knowledge of the characteristics of God. Guna, Krishna Guna Lila. This is confirmed by Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita 15.5. Vedasya sarvair ahameva vedya. I am to be known by the Vedas. If by studying Vedas we don't understand Krishna, what is the use? The aim of Vedic knowledge is to understand Krishna. Vedasya sarvair ahameva vedya. Therefore, those who are actually following Vedic knowledge and searching after God cannot commit sinful activities against the Supreme Lord's order. However, in this age of Kali, although men profess to belong to so many different kinds of religions, most of them commit sinful activities against the orders of the Vedic scriptures. Most of the Buddhists today are meat eaters. The whole premise of Buddhism is ahimsa parodharma, and they slaughter animals and eat them. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu therefore says herein, Veda Nishiddha Papa Kare Dharma Nahi Gane. This is the sorry state of affairs of half the people who claim to be Hindus, who claim to follow Sanatan Dharma. Veda Nishiddha Papa Kare Dharma Nahi Gane. One ISKCON devotee, he for some time left ISKCON because he said ISKCON and all this is okay. But right now, the need of the hour is to firmly establish Hindutva. And therefore, I will get into political lobbying. And I will politically fight. I will become a What was the term he used? Mm, I will become a intellectual kshatriya. I had never heard that term before. I will become an intellectual kshatriya, which means with my intelligence, my vak naipunya, I will fight, I will debate online, this different forums. I will challenge people and convince them about the importance of Hindu dharma, Sanatan dharma, and how the other paths are not as evolved. So he left ISKCON for some time and started associating with some very political minded people, but then came back to ISKCON. And when asked what happened, Veda Nishiddha Papa Kare Dharma Nahi Gane. He said there was no rasa in associating with those people. They claim to be Hindus, but they are fully absorbed in politics. They're fully absorbed in power struggle. They break the regulative principles. What is the use of being such a Hindu when there is no bhakti? Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktir adhokshare. Veda nishiddha papa kare, dharma nahi gane. My spiritual master also, His Holiness Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj, in the 1960s, joined the civil rights movement of Dr. Martin Luther King. And why Maharaj left is because Maharaj saw that even those people who are fighting for the rights of black people, they're doing a good thing. There should be equality. There should be opportunity for everyone. There shouldn't be any bigotry. There shouldn't be any racial discrimination. All that is very sinful, very wrong, very low class mentality. It should be abolished. However, even when we create a social reform, if that social reform is just a social reform without being grounded firmly in strong spiritual practice, it will not give rise to inner bliss. And then we can have liberation, we can have uh, equal rights for black, white, yellow, red, all sorts of people, but we will still fight. There will still be stealing, there will be rape, there will be lying, there will be court cases, there will be violence. Even when the country gets over racial discrimination, other problems will come. Hare Krishna. Therefore, my dear friends, there is no possibility of end to human beings' sinful existence unless one takes completely to Krishna consciousness. Chetodarpanam Arjanam Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. There cannot be peace until the heart is purified, and heart will not be purified until we take to bhakti. Ridantasto hi abhadrani vidhunoti suritsata. That is the meaning of Veda Nishiddha Papa Kare Dharma Nahi Gane. We need bhakti. Without bhakti, we cannot become gentlemen and ladies. In this age, men may profess a religion, but they actually do not follow the principles. Instead, they commit all kinds of sins. So, such a human population is also excluded. And then, how rare is a devotee? That Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will explain, and Krishna willing will continue reading this tomorrow. So from this we come to know there are so many jivas, devotees of Krishna are so rare, and in our society that Srila Prabhupada has given us, International Society for Krishna Consciousness, we are so lucky, so fortunate, we are so blessed that we have the association of each other. All of you are very rare species among 8.4 million. So we have to appreciate each other, encourage each other. Hare Krishna. Yes, Bhakti Sundari Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranam.
Thank you.
Prabhuji, I have a question. Yesterday you mentioned in Chaitanya Bhagavatam class that Mangalacharan of Srila Prabhupada mantra that Guru Ravagya Shri Dhritva. So I haven't heard that before. So could you please tell me, Prabhuji, from where it comes and what is the source?
Yeah. It was Sri Bhakti Sundar Govinda Maharaj, a disciple of His Divine Grace, Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj. He wrote this. He learned Srimad Bhagavad Gita from our Srila Prabhupada. And on the orders of Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj, you have heard the name of Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj?
Yes, Prabhuji.
I'll show you. So be ready to take a screenshot. Prabhupada Pranam mantra by His Holiness Bhakti Mataji. Her name is Bhakti Sundari Mataji. This is His Holiness Srila Bhakti Sundar Govind Maharaj.
All glories to Guru Maharaj.
Hare Hari, Hare Krishna. Yes, take a screenshot. This is Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Maharaj and Srila Bhakti Rakshidhar Maharaj. Srila Bhakti Rakshidhar Maharaj is Srila Prabhupada's god brother. He is the one who Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ji Maharaj asked to sing Shri Rupa Manjari Pada, Saimora Sampada before entering Nikunja Leela. So this is
Yeah.
the very beautiful mantra, Mataji. You can take a screenshot. I personally like it very much. It's without diacritics, but this is what I found on the internet. नमा ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले स्वामी श्री भक्ति वेदांत प्रभुपादाय ते नमः गुर्वज्ञा शिरसि धृत्वा शक्त्यावेशस्वरूपिणे हरे कृष्णेति मन्त्रेण पाश्चात्यप्राच्यतारिणे विश्वाचार्य प्रवराय दिव्यकारुण्यमूर्तये श्री भागवत माधुर्य गीता ज्ञान प्रदायिने गौर श्री रूप सिद्धांत सरस्वती निषेविणे राधा कृष्ण पदाम्भोज भृंगाय गुरवे नमः नमः ओम विष्णु पादाय respectful obeisances to Om Vishnupad. Om Vishnupad is the standard address of veneration to a very great pure devotee. Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale, you are most dear to Krishna on this earth planet. Why? Why? Raise your hand. Based on Bhagavad Gita. No one is more dear to me than one who explains the science of Bhagavad Gita. So Srila Prabhupada distributed millions and millions of Bhagavad Gitas, gave thousands of lectures about Krishna. Therefore, Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale. That Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale is not some sentimental, it's based on Krishna's own words in Bhagavad Gita 18th chapter. Now, Srila Prabhupada's pranam mantra says, Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Shrimate. So Shrimate is the respectful honorific prefix. Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami. Prabhupada's name was Swami. Sannyas name that Srila Prabhupada got from Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Maharaj is Swami. Bhaktivedanta was a title given to Srila Prabhupada even when he was a Grahastha. And one of the personalities who gave that title Bhaktivedanta is His Divine Grace, Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj. Srila Prabhupada's very, very dear, intimate god brother and a great Pandit. So, Bhaktivedanta is a title given to Srila Prabhupada in the earlier days, understanding his great knowledge of the Bhakti Shastras. Swami was a sannyas name, and Shrimate is the prefix, honorific. So Srila Prabhupada wrote his own pranam mantra because there was nobody else to write, and the disciples wanted in America to have a pranam mantra. So Srila Prabhupada wrote Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami iti namine. He kept it very simple. He did not put Prabhupada in the pranam mantra. He did not use the title, respectful title Prabhupada for himself. But Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Maharaj, he said, no, no, no. Prabhupada should be there for Swami Maharaj also. So Swami, which is a sannyas name, Shri, it's a respectful address. Om Vishnupad already came, so there is no problem in saying Swami here. We don't directly say Swami. Before that, there should be some prefix, but the prefix is Om Vishnupad. So Swami, Shri, Bhaktivedanta, that is the title that was conferred upon Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupadaya, Te Namaha. Namo Namaha, twice it came. Namaha, Namaha. That is ecstasy. So, Om Vishnupad, Krishna Prishthaya, Swami Shri Bhaktivedanta, Prabhupada. Like that. So, Prabhupada is there. So, I like this very much. Nama Om Vishnupadaya, Krishna Prishthaya, Bhutale, Swami Shri Bhaktivedanta, Prabhupadaya, Te Namaha. Guru Agya, Shirasi Dhrito. He took the orders of his Guru Agya, Shirasi, on his head, Dhritva. He carried the orders of his spiritual master, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. What? You're a nice educated person. You preach the message, preach the gospel of Mahaprabhu Sri Chaitanya Dev to the English speaking population all over the world. English is the most widely spoken, comprehended language in the world. You know English, take the message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu all over the world. This was the instruction that was given to Srila Prabhupada on at least two occasions, first meeting and last meeting. First meeting and last communication through letter. So that agya, that instruction of Gurudev, keeping on his head and Shaktyavesha Swarupine, being the Shaktyavesha avatar of Nityananda Swarup, Lord Sri Nityananda Swarup. Swarup was the sannyas name of Sri Nityananda, Brahmachari name of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. Shaktyavesha Swarupine, Panchtatvatmakam Krishnam, Bhaktarupa Mahaprabhu, Swarupakam, Sri Nityananda Prabhu. So he is Shaktyavesha, Srila Prabhupada is Shaktyavesha avatar of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, Shaktyavesha Swarupine, and Hare Krishna iti mantrena. By Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Paschatya Prachya Tarine. Srila Prabhupada saved, delivered Tarine, the Paschatya, Western Hemisphere, and Prachya, Eastern Hemisphere, which means the whole earth planet. Srila Prabhupada delivered. Whereas Srila Prabhupada, out of his humility in his Pranam Mantra, he only wrote Paschatya Desha Tarine. But Srila Prabhupada went to Japan, Hong Kong, so many places. India, he preached. Iran, he went. So, Russia, he went, Srila Prabhupada. So, it is not just Paschatya Desh, it is Prachya, the Eastern also. So, Paschatya Prachya Tarine. So, this is even greater glorification of Srila Prabhupada. Vishwacharya means he is Jagat Guru. Haribol, Acharya, one who teaches by example. Vishwacharya means he is Vishwa Guru, he is Jagat Guru. Pravaraya, he is the most advanced devotee. Divya Karunya, he has divine mercy. Nobody has shown such mercy that for the hippies and the most sinful people who are antyaja, who are outside the Varnashram system, you cross the oceans on a cargo ship and you go there without any shelter, without any money, without any support, and you live in the lower east side, Boveri, and you give them Krishna consciousness. This is called Divya Karunya, Divya mercy, Parama Karuna, Pahudvijana, Nitai Gaurachandra, Senapati Bhakta. Murtaya. He is the personification of Divya Karunya. Everybody agrees? Srila Prabhupada's divine mercy. Divya Karunya Murtaya. Shri Bhagavata. What was Srila Prabhupada's magnum opus? The elaborate translation and purports to Srimad Bhagavatam in 18 volumes. This was the magnum opus. Therefore, Shri Bhagavat, Madhurya, the sweetness of Srimad Bhagavatam, and Gita. Srila Prabhupada also gave Bhagavad Gita as it is. Gita Jnana Pradayine. And the author of this Pranam Mantra, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Maharaj, he himself in Calcutta, when Srila Prabhupada was a Grahastha, his Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Sridhar Maharaj, had sent him to Calcutta and he learned Sri Bhagavad Gita from our Srila Prabhupada. So from personal experience, he is saying Gita Jnana Pradayine, because he had learned Bhagavad Gita from Srila Prabhupada, our Prabhupada. So Srila Prabhupada contributed through the BBT, Bhaktivedanta Book Trust, Sri Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, the sweetness of Srimad Bhagavatam through his Bhaktivedanta purports, Sri Bhagavata Madhurya, and Gita Jnana Pradayane. And Srila Prabhupada taught Bhagavad Gita knowledge to the whole world, therefore he is Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale. Now, Srila Prabhupada is Gaura, means Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Rupa, our Sampradaya Acharya, Srila Rupa Goswami, Siddhanta Saraswati, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, Nishevine. He is the servant, he serves, he does seva of Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Shri Rupa Goswami, and Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So beautiful, na? Gaura, Shri Rupa, Shri Siddhanta Saraswati Nishevine. Srila Prabhupada is a servant of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shri Rupa Goswami, and Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. And who is Srila Prabhupada? Radha Krishna Padambhoja. Ambuja means lotus. Pada means feet. Padambuja means lotus feet. Radha Krishna Padambuja. Radha Krishna's feet are lotuses. And Bhringaya Gurave Namaha. And our Gurudev, Param Gurudev Srila Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada, is a Bhringa, is a honeybee drinking the nectar from the lotus feet of Shri Shri Radha and Krishna. And to such Srila Prabhupada, I offer my pranams. Namaha. Haribol. So beautiful. 4 verses in Anushtup. नमः ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले स्वामी श्री भक्ति वेदांत प्रभुपादाय ते नमः। वन। गुरुवाज्ञा शिरसि धृत्वा शक्त्यावेश स्वरूपिणे हरे कृष्णेति मंत्रेण पाश्चात्य प्राच्यतारिणे। टू। विश्वाचार्य प्रवर्याय दिव्य कारुण्य मूर्तये श्री भागवत माधुर्य गीता ज्ञान प्रदायिने। थ्री। गौर श्री रूप सिद्धांत सरस्वती निषेविणे राधा कृष्ण पदाम्भोज भृंगाय गुरवे नमः। फोर। Four Sanskrit shlokas to glorify Srila Prabhupada. Very beautiful. So this is good to keep in our heart. This is good in our personal bhajan. One can offer this to Srila Prabhupada. However, Srila Prabhupada, in his abundant humility, he has given a very beautiful yet very, very simple, basic pranam mantra out of his humility. The glories of the pure devotees like our Srila Prabhupada are unlimited and they are worth being glorified. We should glorify them. However, because Srila Prabhupada gave that pranam mantra, obedient to Srila Prabhupada's order, publicly, officially, we always speak the pranam mantra that Srila Prabhupada himself very quickly, very casually, when devotees asked, Prabhupada gave it like that. But because Srila Prabhupada gave, we will stick to that pranam mantra. Namaham Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devam Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine. Because the very special, unique feature of Srila Prabhupada was Paschatya Desha Tarine. So it's okay. We'll um, propound on that contribution of Srila Prabhupada. We will advertise that, we'll focus on that particular contribution of Srila Prabhupada. So like that, we say the standard pranam mantra, but in our private bhajan, we offer all these. There are other pranam mantra also composed by other uh, devotees. Haribol. So,
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Prabhupada pranam mantra, I don't know. There is one more very nice, but I may not be able to find it now. Pranam mantras for Srila Prabhupada. This is where we were. Maybe it's here only. Let's scroll down a little bit. This is the one. Oh, see, Krishna is so merciful. He gave us this one. It is, I think, in Vasanta Tilak, if I remember correctly. Vrindavane Ramanareti Prasiddha Bhumau Tatrapi Krishna Balarama Supadamule Jnanam Param Parama Krishna Sudham Sudharmit Uktaha Dantastu Deva Prabhupada Namo Namaste. This one great devotee came to Krishna Balaram Mandir, Shripad Ananta Ramdas Shastri Ji Maharaj. He came and seeing our Krishna Balaram Mandir in ISKCON Vrindavan Ramantriti, he composes Pranam Mantra to Srila Prabhupada. That in Vrindavan there is a place called Ramantriti, and the lotus feet of, and this is very prasiddha, Angrezon ka mandir, it's very famous in Vrindavan, this is called Vrindavan temple, and the lotus feet of Shri Shri Krishna and Balaram, Krishna Balarama, Supada Mule, they have been planted in Raman Reti. And he's preaching the topmost knowledge of Krishna, Jnanam Param, Parama Krishna, Sudharmit Uktaha. He's speaking the highest dharma, Savai Pumsam Paro Dharma, about Krishna, who is the fountainhead. He's a Param Bhagwan. O Master of the senses, O my Lord, Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada Deva, let me offer my obeisances unto you. So like this is also Pranam Mantra for Srila Prabhupada based on his unique contribution of Krishna Balaram Mandir. And then there is Shripad Kushakrat Prabhu. He wrote a whole Ashtakam glorifying Srila Prabhupada. You know that one, Ananya? Let me see if I can show. This is a Chrome browser. I'm not very used to. Okay. So Krishna Kirtan authors, you go to Kushakrat Prabhu, Srila Prabhupada's disciple, Kushakrat Prabhu. He wrote this whole Ashtakam in Sanskrit, glorifying Srila Prabhupada. It is called Srila Prabhupada Devashtakam. Haribo. Shri Shri Navadvipa Para Pradipaha Sandipyamana Satato Bhuviha Chetastamohanti Yasya Yatna Namamitam Shri Prabhupada Devam Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Prachodita Shri Vyasadya Kosham Kushalam Kripaluhu Sanmlecha Vagdesha Chaye Dadatyas Namamitam Shri Prabhupada Devam Achadyate Yat परतर्कदृश्य गोविंद मृत उज्ज्वल भास्करेण अद्वैति खद्योतकुलं जगत्यां नमामि तं श्री प्रभुपाद देवं यस्यैव यत्नेन पुराणराज गङ्गामलाकेशवकेलिहंसा सत्स्तोत्ररत्नावहतिह लोके नमामि तं श्रीप्रभुपाददेवं श्रीराधिका कृष्णपदारविन्दे दिस् इस् मै फेवरेट् वर्स् सहस्रहृष्टु षट्मन्दिरेषु आरोपयद्यो मधुरे पृथिव्यां नमामि तं श्रीप्रभुपाददेवं श्रीराधिका कृष्णपदारविन्दे द लोटस फीट ऑफ Shri Radha Krishna सहस्रहृष्टु in thousands of hearts. And oh, you're not able to see this? Oh, ho, ho, ho. Thank you, once again. आलो एक मिनिट तुला शाळेत सोडायचं ना आलो एकच मिनिट थांब बरं बरं नाव युअर एबल टू सी युअर एबल टू सी द अष्टकम श्री प्रभुपाद देव अष्टकम हाँ सो सी हियर श्री राधिका कृष्ण पदारविंदे सहस्र in thousands of hearts and shata mandireshu in 100 temples because Prabhupada actually 108 temples. Aropayat, you have planted the lotus feet of Radha Krishna in thousands of hearts and in 100 temples on this earth, Prithvivyam. Namamitam Shri Prabhupada. I offer my obeisances to such a great personality as Srila Prabhupada. And there's something very beautiful coming up. Kaushalya Dhairyasya Sahasra Shastra Shastrativarshaya Pratihanyate Chandakalermoha Chamrit Hathena Namamitam Shri Prabhupada Devam Nanala Sadgaura Sudha Prakasha फलक्षितौ स्थापित एव येन कृष्णानुचिन्ता जनसङ्गवृक्षस्तमामि नमामि तं श्री प्रभुपाद देवम् यो नित्य दिस इज वेरी ब्यूटीफुल आल्सो दिस इज आल्सो माय फेवरेट यो नित्यदा जीवति दैविकीषु निजासु शिक्षासु सहानुगामी कृपाम्बुधिर्नन्द सुताश्रितात्मा नमामि तं श्री प्रभुपाद देवम् वी से ना दैट द व्हाट हैपेंड अनन्या यू ओके we say that Srila Prabhupada lives through his instructions. Have you heard that? Srila Prabhupada is still there through Vani, through his instructions, and the faithful disciple who follows the Vani of Srila Prabhupada lives with Srila Prabhupada. Have you heard this? It's there in Prabhupada Lilamrit. Srila Prabhupada forever lives in his instructions, and the faithful disciple who follows the instructions live with him. This statement is there. So that statement, Shripad Kushakar Prabhu has tied in this beautiful Sanskrit shloka. Yo nityada jivati daivikishu. Through his divine Vani, Srila Prabhupada nitya jivati. He lives forever. Nijasu shikshasu sahanugami. And those disciples who follow the instructions live with him. Kripam Budhir Nanda Suta Shritatma. And Srila Prabhupada is that ocean of mercy, Kripam Budhir, who is Nanda Suta Ashrit Atma. He is the person who has taken complete shelter of Nanda Sut Krishna and his ocean of mercy, Srila Prabhupada. Namami tam Shri Prabhupada Devam. How beautiful is this? Hari Bol. Tadvag Visargo Janadaga Viplavo Yasmin Prati Shlokam Abhaddavatapi. I don't understand Sanskrit, but if grammatically analyzed, one may have certain opinions. However, the devotional mood must be appreciated. Very beautiful devotional mood. So in this way, our Srila Prabhupada, whose glories are unlimited, there are many nice pranam stotras and mantras to Srila Prabhupada. Yes, Ananya, last we'll take your comment and then we'll end.
Sorry, Prabhuji. I'll quit. Prabhuji, you also made us recite the Prabhupada's Stotra like around 2022. I don't know if I'm audible. Hare Krishna.
What? I didn't understand what you said.
Srila Prabhupada Stotram, you had us recited around like 3 years ago. कृष्णैकचेतमदमोहन विनाशकारिन् दृष्टिगोचर प्रभो Prabhupada Swami. So this is also around 1, 2, 3, 6 sutras glorifying Srila Prabhupada. So I had that here, so I wanted to tell about it.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm having some difficulty hearing you, but thank you. Okay, so we'll end here, dear devotees. I have to go and drop my Thili to school now. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam.
Krishna